Good morning and welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Ryan, back here with another class for the next hour. And today we're going to try a conversational based class. So, what we're going to do is use some questions and interview each other about a topic I've picked. And then we'll maybe do a few activities together. We're going to really try to make it a conversational type of class. Of course, that's going to be more successful the more students we have in the classroom to share their ideas and thoughts. So any of you that are thinking about joining us, why don't you come on in to the classroom for today. A couple of things just before we get started. Just remember during the class, if you can keep your microphones muted when you're not talking. Maybe you have a little button on your cord, or maybe there's a button on your headset, or you can just use your mouse and click the little icon at the top of the Google Plus Hangout. Okay, very good. So let's greet our first student in the room today, and that is Igor. Hello, how are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. And how are you?
I'm doing very well, thanks. Now, did I pronounce your name correctly? Is it Igor or Igor?
Yeah, the first one.
Igor. Okay, very good. Where are you from?
I'm from Russia, Omsk.
Very nice. So, how long have you been learning English?
I don't know, maybe 3.5 years.
Okay, very good. So, what is the purpose of learning? Is it for your job or is it for school?
Well, I don't really know. I've just grown to like this language, and I thought that it would be really bad if I just give up. So now I'm just doing this because I'm doing this.
Okay, it's more of a hobby right now.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, you're doing very well. Nice to
Thank you
have you
very
here and have you here in the class with us. It's great. Let's see who else we have today. Okay, we have Vincenzo. How are you doing today, Vincenzo?
Hello, Ryan. How are you? It's a long time we don't see.
I
Huh?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have
Yes,
you been?
I see you in a good form, a good way, in a good status.
I'm okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes, yes. I'm very glad to see you in this because I see you very, yes, can say. Okay,
So
very,
what
very,
have you
very,
been doing?
very awake, very awake.
Oh, well, this
Yeah,
class is supposed to be
yes, yes, but we are
coffee break, right?
in a very good way. Yes,
So tell me, Vincenzo, what have you been doing lately?
yes. I have had some problem about moving some furniture from one apartment to another because my son need to stay in the apartment that is on the third floor in the same building where I live. So mm, before there was another people, so I have to move all the furniture out in order to permit to my son to stay there with his wife and and his son his daughter. He has two daughters, little daughters.
Okay. So
Yes,
you have lots more family members living right
yes,
nearby.
yes, yes. Because we are only two of us, me and my daughter, where I live, in the apartment I live. My son works in India in a consulate, so he needs to have an apartment for his residence, in order to
Okay.
have his residence, and he's not going to stay long time in this apartment because all the time he's out in India. Yes, but it's only for having a residence.
I understand. Okay.
You understand?
He needs to have that for paperwork and things.
Yes, yes. I have to manage all of his things.
Okay. My parents do the same thing for me and my
Yeah,
wife because we live in the Dominican Republic, but we
yeah,
have our apartment in Canada
Ah,
in the lower level of my parents' home. So they
okay.
look after our stuff too.
So they have to manage all your affairs. That's
Well, some banking and things like that.
yes, 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 yes.
So it's
So
very nice to have that help. We appreciate it.
yes, perhaps we are like how can I say an office or no, an industry where we all work together in order to have the best result.
Yeah,
The
that's
best
right.
result. We have to collaborate.
A community.
Yes, community. Yes, we are.
Very good. Well, nice to have you here with us, Vincenzo. Welcome.
Okay, thank you. It's the same to me, teacher.
And thank you. And let's say hello to Elena. How are you doing today?
Fine, I'm well. I can see you are well too.
Yes, yes, I'm okay. We had a tropical storm pass by us yesterday. It's
Oh,
called Tropical Storm Bertha.
Traffic.
So, yeah, tropical storm. Let me put it in the chat box here.
was it scary?
Well, you never know what's going to happen, but this time it wasn't very bad at all. It was just a little bit windy, and we got a few splashes of rain,
Ah,
and that was it. So it must have moved a little bit further away from our island before it passed by.
ah,
Oh,
Maybe Puerto Rico got it a little worse. I'll have to go on the news and see. But they were saying we could get up to, 3, 4 inches of rain, but it didn't happen here.
3 inches. Okay. Oh,
So,
no. 10
Elena, what?
centimeter, 10, or like around 10 centimeters. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that. Elena, what have you been doing today?
nothing. It's Sunday, so I have woken up late, and I have had a shower, and that's all. I'm
All
here.
right, relaxing, relaxing.
Yeah,
Good.
well, yes.
So now we need a nice, relaxing class where we don't have to think really hard, but we just get a chance to talk to each other, right? So I tell you what, we're going to start with. I've got a picture I'm going to show you, and we'll see whether you can figure out what is going on in this picture. Let me just get the image. I'll give you the link to the image so you can open it up in a browser, and then I'll also screen share you with it. So let me get that going. Okay, so here's our image for today, and let's just kind of start talking about what we see in the picture to try and figure out what it's about. Maybe Igor, you might be able to help us out.
Yeah, I already know what it is all about.
You know the whole story.
Yeah.
Okay, I tell you what then, Igor. You're going to take over, and you're going to let Vincenzo and Elena tell you what they see in the picture, and you can kind of ask them some questions to try and help them to figure it out. And
No
then
problem.
if you get into trouble, I'm here to help out.
Yes, it seems to me that they have to have rescued a boy from something. I don't know what is exactly. A boy is saved from something, but I don't understand. They are congratulated by this fact. I think
Vincenzo,
the boys. Excuse me.
may I
Yes.
give you a little hint?
Uh-huh. What?
Okay, so think about a big sporting event in my country that was just in this year, and you can just figure it out after that. what is it all about?
I don't know. Do you refer a story in your country? What's happening in your country?
A
Story, something
big
that
sporting event. It was held in my town, in my country. It's Russia. It was
yeah.
held in my country, and it was 2013, and it is uh, one of the biggest event in sport. It happens only once in a 4 year.
I don't remember. What is it?
I guess you mean
Yeah.
the Winter Olympic Games, or
Yes,
Yeah.
you're on
yes,
the right track there. It's about Winter
yes.
Olympic Games.
But I don't have any idea about what sports or that, because I don't like sport, so mm, I have no idea. It's if it is something related with sports, I'm lost. But it's okay.
No,
I can
it's
try.
mostly about being. It's mostly about preparation for the games. It's like uh, there is Olympic fire, and what do you do with this
Uh,
before any Olympics?
uh,
I don't remember. Yes, because yes, I'm not a fan of sports. Uh, um, uh,
Well, I'm not a
I
fan of
can
sports too, but
I
no,
can.
something very big.
What
Anyway,
if you look at what the man is
what?
wearing? That might help you figure out where that fellow has come from. Have a look closely.
yes, yes. Perhaps it's an astronaut. No, or no? No, no. Is he an astronaut?
Yes, he is.
Oh, yes, I know from. Yes, his suit. Yes, I didn't pay much attention at his suit. Yes.
Well, the Olympic fire here was taken to the space station, and
Oh,
they welcome him from returning from the space station to the Earth with the Olympic torch. This is the torch he's held in his hands.
Yeah, I thought it seems to me that it was something related with the sport. It's a kind of to hit the balls, but yes, I didn't I didn't think that it was a torch. A torch. Uh, I didn't think that. Very strange. Yes. Yeah. Very
Uh,
strange kind of torch. Yeah.
this torch looks a little bit weird, I think, but it is closely related to the Russian culture. We have a story here.
Mm.
This is a famous story, and this is kind of a people story, and it's about a phoenix, and this torch represents their feather, a single feather of a phoenix bird. That's why it is shaped into this form.
Yeah.
sorry, what did you say? Phoenix, the
Feather.
bird? No,
Feather.
I
Feather.
didn't.
Feather.
Um, I don't understand.
Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix.
Feather is the kind of skin that birds get. No. Something feather. Yeah.
It's
Feather.
an immortal bird. When
Yeah.
it
Yes.
reaches the last minutes of its life, it burns out. But from the ashes, a new and baby bird will arise.
Yeah, maybe you've heard the story of the fiery phoenix. It's here's
Oh.
kind of a lot of
Yes.
artwork about the phoenix. It's kind of a mythological thing. Here's an artwork. So it's it comes out of the flames. This bird. It's the idea. A legend, I guess, is the
Yeah,
right word.
legend. Yes.
We call this bird a little bit different. It's like a hot bird, if you translate it literally to the English. we call it a hard bird. And
So
this,
that's interesting, Igor, that the torch is shaped like the feather. I didn't know that about the story.
Ah,
That's very interesting.
it was all around here on the TV, so I just know what it's all about.
Okay. So now, Vincenzo and Elena, do you have any questions for Igor about this story?
yes. The story is some mythological. Where? How did this story comes from?
This is what we call a people story. This story is not written by a particular writer, but is passed down from people to
Yes.
other people. It was originated, I think, in just about when the Russian were when the Russia were growing into a country. There was no country as Russia at the time.
So the feather, let's say the feather that he holds in his hand, represent what?
A feather of this bird, a single feather of this bird. You see, it's shaped like a feather.
Shaped like a feather.
So then he had this torch up in space, the Olympic torch.
Yeah, was kind of a show-off thing to do, but it was there.
So when he came down to Earth, he's bringing the torch with him, and they're going to take the torch from him here. And what are they going to do with it?
They're going to pass it on to other Olympic marchers.
Okay, so like what can I say? Stuff it. I'm going to say stuff it. Yes, in the speed when they run, no, they can pass an element to another runner. No, it's like in a running. No, I don't know how it is called. It's called
a relay race.
Yeah. A relay race. A relay race.
Relay.
Yeah, when you pass one thing, say that no, how do you call it, to another people, and the other people go forward you in order to pass to another of his team. Yeah, another.
We call team a torch in English.
Yes, in this case, it's a torch. Yes.
Olympic torch.
So I'm just going to interrupt here for a second so we can say hi to Ken, who's just joined us in class. How are you doing today, Ken?
Yes, hello, how are you?
Very good, very good. Nice to have you with us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You probably have had classes with Vincenzo and Elena and Igor before?
Yes, yes, all of them, yes. I know all of them.
Oh, very good. All right, so we've just been doing a bit of a warm-up talking about this picture, but Igor has done a fantastic job quizzing everyone about it. So applause to Igor. And now what we're going to do is move on to our conversational topic for today. And I thought that we'd start with something kind of easier. We'd talk about movies. Everybody pretty much likes movies and has seen some movies, right? Is that true of all of you guys?
Mm-hmm.
So, Elena, do you go to the theater very often to see movies?
No, nowadays, no. Some periods of my life, I have gone to the cinema very often, but not now.
Okay. But when you went to the theater, were there did you have any pet peeves? And what we're talking about in English, when we say I have a pet peeve, that's something that annoys us, something that irritates us. So for example, maybe I would say, oh, when I go to the theater, I have a pet peeve when people eat noisy snacks. It irritates me. So, what about you? When you went to the theater, was there anything that bothered you? Did you have any pet peeves?
Yes. When I go to the cinema, um, my pet peeves uh, are people talking.
Oh,
It
yeah.
bother me.
So, what experiences did you have with that? What would people do?
Yeah, and people begin to speak about the movie, or worst, they began to speak about anything, about her house or her relatives. I don't know, and I hate it because I can't stand people talking during a film, even at home. When I am with somebody at home, seeing a movie, mm, I never talk, and I don't let anyone talk.
Okay, so even when you're in your own living room
Yes,
watching with your
yes,
family, you want everybody be quiet.
yes. So I prefer, yeah. Um, if I have some interest in the movie, I can start it.
Okay, yeah, it makes it hard to concentrate when people are talking. That's true. How about the rest of you? Any of you have the same pet peeve?
Well, as for me, what I really dislike about going to movies is when people do anything that uh, distracts you from immersion into a film, into a movie.
So
It's
what
like
kind of distractions?
anything that breaks silence, I think, and uh, anything that can block your eyes from seeing what's going on the screen, like people going around the theater trying to sit down on their seats, you know. But if it's something like a burst of laughter, I think it's okay, especially if there was a funny moment on the screen. But if it's like talking, chewing popcorn, or doing things like uh, having to leave and go in too often, and so that they block your screen, so that's not what I can accept. I just
Oh
hate
yeah. What about
it.
somebody who has a
Also,
big hairdo? You can't see
also,
past them.
also, I hate when people is it happens really rarely, but there are some people that really like to annoy you, like they beat uh, their feet against your seat at the back.
Oh, that's a good one. Kicking your chair.
Yeah, I've had to really fight for fight. I was uh, I was fighting because of those things
Did you
sometimes.
actually get in an argument?
Well, it's like if somebody does that, the first thing you do, you ask them to not do this anymore. But if they just don't understand, I don't know.
Then
They,
things can get nasty.
yeah.
Okay, thanks, Igor. That's some good ones. What about you, Ken? What would you say about it? Oh, Ken's gone. Let's hope he comes back in. Vincenzo, what do you say?
I also told that I don't like when people chew
Yes,
popcorn.
yes, I was a little busy. Excuse me,
Oh,
teacher. Yes, yes, I feel the same, teacher. It's possible that other people are using uh, smartphones, and
Okay.
Also the light of a smartphone, this disturbed to me. This disturbed to me. And when they are talking, generally in Italy they are talking at a loud voice. No, that's a problem for Italians. Yes, because
Yeah, that's
they,
pretty awful.
I don't know in America, but in Italy they are always talking in a loud voice. Then sometimes, yes, you can hear I say, when they are eating something like popcorn, no, this kind of noise, no, it's
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
crunchy noise.
Yeah,
Noises.
I understand. That can be really
Yes,
irritating.
very irritating. Yes, I can't say about kicking your back seat because no, this has never happened to me that someone was kicking my back seat. Yeah. But it could happen, no? It could happen, but
It
no.
does happen sometimes, especially if you get a really big
Yeah.
person behind
I
you.
remember the old times when in the room of the cinema, yes, there was an upper room and they were smoking, no? Also smoking. So it was terrible because they can throw pieces of cigarette down. Yeah, but now it's
Oh, the cigarette butts.
yes, cigarette on the let me say down on the other plane, no? Because sometimes we had a cinema with two planes, no?
A balcony.
Two uh, two rooms, no? One after one.
I think we would say two balconies.
Two balconies, yes, two balconies. So the people in the upper balconies was going to throw cigarettes, pieces of cigarettes down. Yes, yes. But
Okay.
now is only a reminder of this.
Now they throw candy. They
Yeah.
throw hard candy.
Yes. Mm.
Okay. This is a good list we got going here. Let's see if Ken can add anything to it. What do you say, Ken?
Hmm. Yeah, I rarely going to theater nowadays because it's expensive here, and I don't like the atmosphere of cinema. But yeah, kind of noise is maybe one of the biggest problem in the theater because if that happen, audience cannot concentrate on the film, concentrate on
Okay.
the film. Yeah. So,
Okay.
mm,
What
so
about
now the mhm.
children? What have you ever had any bad experiences
I
when you were at the theater with children?
yeah, I took my cousins to the cinema, a Dragon Ball, you know, kind of a popular anime. So at inside the theater, a mess actually. A lot of kids and small kids. And my cousin didn't watch the movie. He made a friend in the movie theater, and he play around, and a lot of kids play around the cinema actually. They don't watch cinema, the
So like
film
was he
actually.
running or he was actually running around?
Yeah, running or kind of, yeah. So it's like a kind of kindergarten actually. It's not
Okay.
it was not a theater.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Kind of a
So
bit of
children
out of control.
children out of control.
Especially in such the films for children's theater. Yeah, I noticed that because when I was the kid, I didn't notice that what was happening. It could happen, but I'm not sure about that because I was a kid, so I couldn't understand. It was bad manner or something like that. But
Okay.
for me, I love watching cinema at that time, so I consider of the Godzilla film or yeah, such some anime film at the theater. I didn't play around.
Very good. So let me give you guys this word here. Let's see if you know what it is. What is a heckler? Elena, have you heard that word? A heckler.
No, no, I don't know it.
How about you, Ken? Have you heard that word? If someone is a heckler.
Heck means I know the mean heck. Is it related? Heck?
Not really.
It's
Okay.
about heckling, I think.
Yeah, it's a verb.
It's when someone deliberately tries to annoy you because they like it.
Yeah, so imagine you're at the theater and you're enjoying the movie, but
Mhm.
somebody starts shouting out insults at the about the movie or making fun of the movie. So they're heckling this film while you're trying to watch it. So that can be very disturbing too, when people are making fun of the movie you're trying to watch. Okay, very good, guys. You're doing well. And so now we're going to move into phase 2 of our conversational class here. And this time, I've got a list of questions. And let me see. I'm going to share this list with you guys so you can open it up on your own screens. And here's the link right there in your chat box. So here's how the next little section is going to go. I want you to open that document, scroll down to this section, conversation questions about movies. And then what we're going to do is just kind of take turns. You can ask a question to another student, or you can ask me. We'll just take turns, like having a conversation using these questions. So, for example, I'll get us started, and I'm going to ask Vincenzo the first question, okay? You guys can ask
Yes.
these in any order you want. But first of all, Vincenzo, what is your all-time favorite movie?
All time. It's a very. Excuse me. Yeah, it's excuse me. But it's a very difficult question because you want me mm, to appreciate in absolute a film, to have my most favorite film, to say what is my most favorite film. Uh, well, I am very a fan of science fiction film. So I like film of fantasy where this is like Star Trek, something done this way, you know. Uh, Film about fantasy, and when it's possible to the the war, the World War, for example, it remained in my mind. This film, it was the first film, you know, that remains in my mind.
War of the
The
Worlds?
the World of the Worlds.
Is that the
Uh,
one with Tom Cruise?
no, no, it's not. It's the film that was having before Tom Cruise. When there was
Oh, the old one.
the old one, yes.
Okay, very
There
good.
was some ships coming in the on the heart, and they was making this. They was destroying everything, but at the last they were destroyed by a virus. Do you remember?
I do remember, yes. Yes,
Yes.
that was a good movie.
Yes, it was my favorite because it was one of the best film about this kind of science fiction. Yes,
All right, very good.
it remains in my mind. Yeah.
Nice one, Vincenzo. So now you can go ahead and pick another question from our list and pick a student and keep the conversation rolling.
Yes. Do you want me to ask a question to another student teacher or no?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I want to ask to Elena Wise. Um, are there any kinds of movies you dislike, Elena?
Yes, the bad ones.
What do you mean
Bad
by bad
movies.
ones?
Bad
What
movies.
do you mean? What do you mean by bad ones?
and and I don't know. It depends on your of your taste or the things you like, but um, it's something like music. There is good music and bad music, and um, um, then you have some preferences. It's the same with movies. Every style of movie can be wonderful, can be a great movie. But well, perhaps I prefer comedies if they are if the comedy is really smart, has a really smart, intelligent um, kind of humor. I think it's very difficult to film a good comedy.
Okay.
All
Thank
right, very good. Go ahead, Elena. Ask somebody else a question if you'd like. Any question you want.
Okay, to Igor. Um, what is the scariest movies you have ever seen?
So I'm sorry you're talking to me. Yes.
Yes.
Uh, well, it's hard to say because I'm not a fan of scary movies. I don't really watch them, but I think from the little I can choose from, uh, the Silent Hill was a bit scary for me.
What movie?
Silent Hill.
Um, I don't know what
Well,
movie is it. Yeah, I don't know it.
it's about a single survivor who tries to figure out a big mystery, and of course it's all wrapped up into scary situations, and it's a bit blood-curdling for me, but it was alright actually. Wasn't that scared, but I liked it anyway.
Okay.
Blood curdling. Wow, that's a good description, Igor. That kind of makes me think I don't want to see that movie. So, very good. You want to keep it going, Igor? You can ask any of the students. You can ask me if you want, whatever question, or you can make up a question about movies of your own if you like.
uh, okay, so I want to try Eka. Is it right? Did I pronounce it right? Eka.
Yes, AKA, sorry. Anyway, whatever. Yes, you can
Okay,
call me Aka. Okay. Mhm.
so are you okay with the uh, people who bring their kids to the theater, to the movie theater?
Ah, yeah, actually, it's a type of the movie actually. The for kids movie anime,
No, 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 no.
maybe.
You didn't understand me. Are you okay with people who bring kids along with them to a movie theater?
Hmm? Kid,
You
people.
mean to watch an adult movie?
Well, any kind of movie actually.
Okay, so just how does he feel about there being a bunch of kids at the theater? A bunch of children.
Yeah, so it's up to the film. The kids don't. I'm not interested in adult film usually. So naturally they will become the noise. It's okay in the Dragon Ball theater because a lot of kids are doing same thing. But if that happen in adult film theater, it causes tr trouble for other audience. So usually small kids uh, had better not taking the theater.
Yeah, I agree with
Mm.
you.
Thank you.
But I personally am not offended by people who bring kids. Just if there is a really just born kid, it it will be really noisy. But if it's a 5-year-old kid, I'm okay with them making noise because it's just kids, you know.
Yeah, for
Mm-hmm.
me, you know, what I think about is if I'm going to a movie and it might be the content of the movie maybe is too exciting and too intense for a child. Because, you know, they can be very tender and then they can go home and they can have nightmares and things like that. So sometimes I wonder when I go to the movies and I see a little child watching the same movie that's maybe really intense action movie or something.
We here have ratings for the movies, like age ratings, and they just don't let you in with a kid that doesn't meet the requirements of the age of the movie.
Yeah, I guess here where I live, they don't really enforce that. Um, they'll just let the parents take the children into any movie, pretty much.
So it's up to
So
them.
yeah, it's kind of left up to the discretion of the parents, which I guess I can understand, but sometimes I wonder if it's really a good idea. Okay, good. What about you, Ken? Do you want to get in on this action and ask a question?
Okay. Vincenzo, how often do you go to the movies?
Excuse me. Well, I don't go to the movie very often, but when there is a good film of science fantasy, yes, I prefer to go. I'd like to go and watch the film. But for example, my other film that I liked very much, it was like American Hustle or something like this. I don't remember exactly the title. Yes. Yes, but also other films, but I prefer generally a film of science fiction. Often, yes, perhaps I could say once a week. Once a week, yes, once a week I go to see a film. Only this.
Okay, good. Once a week for Vincenzo.
Yes.
How about the rest of you? That's a good question. How often do you go, Igor?
Well, here it's a very good pastime, so I go there when I have a chance. Also, it's very good to go there with friends or a girlfriend. So if I don't have anything better to do, I may just go to a theater and enjoy my time there.
Okay, so it varies, but pretty often then.
Yeah, pretty often. Maybe like I may be there like 4 or even more times a month.
Wow, that's good. So kind of like Vincenzo, kind of once a week,
Yeah,
as long as there's something good to see.
not really something good to see. Just like you're hanging around with friends. There is nothing else to do, and you just to pass time. You just go to a theater and go to uh, really any movie with a title exciting enough for all to see.
Okay, so it could be a bad movie, but it's something to do. It's a pastime. Very good. Okay. Well, Vincenzo, why don't you ask the next question?
Wait a moment, because mm, yes, I want to ask to Aka. Mm, yes. What was the last movie you saw, Aka?
Last movie, yeah, kind of, I, I forgot the title. The Meryl Streep, the latest film on Meryl Streep,
Mm.
and location is Connecticut. The story is about the kind of middle-aged couple. Uh, you know, uh, they are trying to regain their relationship in the summer strange therapy.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a
Was
good comedy, a kind of
yes,
rap comedy. Yeah,
it was a fun story. Yes, it was. I think it was very
yeah.
yes, very please. pleasant. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
I think that's a good question that you picked, Vincenzo. Let's ask Elena the same question. What's the last movie you saw?
What about you, Elena? What was the last film that you saw? Last.
Mm, yesterday,
Ah, yes.
I yes, I saw a movie, but it was not really a movie. It was a documentary, a long documentary um, about music therapy.
What? Excuse
Uh,
me. Could you repeat it?
music,
Miss? Ah, music.
music,
Music.
music therapy.
Oh,
Uh,
fantastic. Yes, cool.
yes, yes, yes. Um, I had to see it because we are going to project it in a theater in a festival we organize
Ah,
in 2 weeks here in my town, and I'm in the organization, and I um, I am going to take care about that activity.
okay.
So the
Okay,
director
so
is coming to my
you are
town.
yes, you are in this activity. You are in this activity. You are interested in this activity. It's a
Yes,
it's your job. It's your yeah.
yeah, well,
Okay.
it's a hobby, but and the director sent me the link for pre previewing the film, and it is really a great documentary about that issue, music therapy with mental disability people.
Okay.
Mm,
And does it work?
Mentally with the mentally disabled, you said?
yes.
Mentally disorder. Uh, Disorder.
Mm,
Mentally
mm,
disabled.
mentally.
Disorder.
Some people in the film have I don't know the distinction in English, a disorder, a psychiatric disorder, but most of them,
Psychiatric psychiatric disorders. Yes.
yes, but
Yeah.
most of them were just mentally disabled.
Yes.
Um,
Okay.
they they are not very intelligent,
I see.
but
Because
they show a very a great music intelligence. It
yes,
was
yes,
great
yes.
with rhythms
Maybe
and
for the birth, for the beginning of birth, his birth, then birth, no, so
From
from
birth?
from birth, perhaps. But are you a physiotherapist?
me, no, no,
Ah, no,
no, no, but
physiotherapist.
we are we has a music festival, and before the concerts and the days the previous days to the festival, we have
Hmm.
some activities, and this is one of them.
Very
Okay,
good.
Uh,
Wow, that was
good, good.
sounds like an interesting documentary that you watched, Elena.
oh yes, with Alzheimer people with Alzheimer as well. They music therapists um, make a wonderful work.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. What about Igor? What was the last movie you watched?
Okay, it was just about the other day. The movie was Russian, and the title is Поддубный, but I don't know if it even can tell you anything. It's about so this Поддубный is a surname, and the plot was really bad. It was like some kind of platitude about a boxer, and
About a boxer?
yeah, they show how this little boxer grown into a great boxer. You know, it's like showing the success path. So
Kind
it's
of like Rocky.
kind of like a platitude, if you ask me. So I didn't even watch it to the end, and I just went about in the middle.
You gave up partway through. Okay. I've done that to some movies too.
So it was a waste of time.
Well, that's too bad. That's too bad. They can't all be good, I guess. What about?
That's about when you. Okay.
No, go ahead.
That's just about what happens mm, when you look at the movies like a pastime. You don't
Yeah,
really pick your movies. You just go whenever it's available out there.
if you're not being too selective, that's true. If you're not if you're not too selective, you'll get some bad movies in there.
And I've grown to put up with this, so it's not a big deal.
Okay, so let's see now. Ken, did we know what what the last movie you watched was? Yes. Yes, that was
Yes,
right. Meryl
yeah,
Streep.
yeah, Mary Street. Yeah.
Okay, for me, it was the new Planet of the Apes movie. I saw that just a week and a half ago, and it was pretty good. Pretty exciting movie. I've been watching those movies since I was a little kid, so I was excited to see the new one. Have any of you seen that movie, Planet of the Apes?
I've seen this
No,
one,
no.
but I think can you specify which one you saw? Because
Oh
there are
yeah,
a lot of remakes of this one out there.
Yes, yes.
the latest one, Dawn of the
I
Planet
have
of
to
the
watch.
Apes.
I have to watch it, future.
Mm.
I didn't see this one yet. Haven't seen it.
Latest one, the position of ape and human, opposite.
Yes.
Now human oppress apes. In the previous film, apes, how can I say, were the majority, like humans on the earth.
Yeah. Well,
But
this movie, this latest one is showing how it's getting to be that way. It's slowly showing how the apes are
Ah,
getting more prominent.
I see. So the latest one, okay, pretty latest
Yeah,
one.
it
What's
Okay,
the
just
I've never,
come
what's the
out.
I've
well
never
written?
checked that. Wow. Hmm.
What's the plot well written?
Well, the plot was pretty good, yes. And what I really appreciated the most was that the characters, the ape characters, were CGI, like they're computer generated,
mm,
but their facial expressions and the way they moved was very realistic. It was really impressive, and you actually felt interested in them as characters.
but is it in 3D or not?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Ah, in 3D. Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Everything now is
I have to
3D.
watch it. Yes, it's very interesting.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go on a little bit more and have Elena pick a question.
Hmm. For any of you. Um,
Anybody you want.
yes. Um, is there a movie that you have seen over and over?
Hmm.
Did you have
That
Did
you
you have
have,
someone specific in mind?
I can't remember exactly. Yes.
no, any.
Right.
Yeah, for me, Contact in 2001 Space Odyssey and Tommy. These these three films. I watch it repeatedly.
Tommy. Oh, that's the Who.
Yeah. Yeah, the Who. Yeah, I love the music and the script too.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I must say, my memory that is a film of James Bond. I've seen twice, perhaps Goldfinger or something like that. I don't remember if it's Goldfinger or.
Oh, Vincenzo,
Finger.
your microphone is not working right. You got to get
Not
closer.
excuse me. Uh, okay. Do you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yes.
hear you.
Yes, yes. Yes, I can remind about perhaps a film about James Bond, uh, Goldfinger, something. Or I don't remember if it's Goldfinger or another film of James Bond like 007 uh, Kilo License, something like this.
License to Kill. Yeah.
License to Kill. But I think it's Goldfinger. Yeah, it's about the first James Bond. Yes, because I remember only the first one. The other I don't like the other actor that interpreted the part of James Bond. The first
Okay.
it was the better. I think it was the
I
best.
I think the very
Yeah,
first one was Doctor No.
Doctor
The
No.
first
Yeah.
that was the first James Bond movie.
No, no, yes, no. I mean, yes, the first actor to interpret James Bond. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
Sean
yeah, yeah.
Connery.
Sean Connery. Yes, I like it. Yes, it was very class, no, with the different class from the other actor that interpreted James Bond. Uh, very mature man, very sure of himself. No, it's a very uh, like a noble, a noble person. Or something. Yes,
You felt like
they.
he was the most believable.
Yes, more believable. Yes, more believable. It's a different class from the other actor that interpreted James Bond. No, more confident in himself, and it felt very sure of himself. Yes, I like it very much.
Okay, good. What about you, Igor?
Like him, like him, but not like.
Okay, I just need to share it. There is this one film in Russia, and it's been shown here, I think, since 1946, the day it was released. It was shown every year in the eve of the New Year. It's some kind of a cultural thing, and they just show it and show it over and over again every year. And it's not really my choice, but I just had to watch it with my mother, my sister, and it really got under my skin all this time.
Okay. It's not that you wanted to watch it, but it was kind of like a family
No,
tradition.
it's really great. No, it's not a family tradition. It's a Russian cultural thing. It was created in 1964, I think, but I may be mistaken here, in USSR. And this was a huge hit. And these old folks just like to watch this film over and over again. And
Okay.
because the film is is about a New Year story. They show this film on the TV every year on the New Year's Eve. You just
Just,
can't get away from it. But
and what's the name of it?
uh, no, there is no translation, I think.
Oh, it can't be translated. Okay.
But I can make it. It's like a, dest- a Destiny's joke uh, or a good day to you, kind of like that.
A good day to you.
Yeah.
A good day for you.
Yeah, it's like it's I can say that this film is pretty good, but for the first 5 times, I think.
Oh, okay. After that, it's getting a little repetitive.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? That was a lot of fun. You guys did well. You got a lot of chance to express yourselves. And I was really impressed to hear some of the concepts that you were able to talk about. And really enjoyed today's class. I hope you guys did too. Let me just turn off my screen sharing here. So hopefully what we can do is from now and then we'll have classes like this where we'll pick a topic and we'll just talk to each other and ask questions, and really gives us a good chance to practice our fluency. So that's it for me for today. I'll be back next week with some more
Yes.
classes.
Perhaps it could be good in a topic about existentialism, and now we think about life or
You want
the sense of living.
You want to talk about life next
Life and the
time, like
sense of living, something very more inner problem.
you want something more profound.
Profound now, yeah, problem. Yes, I think it could be a more, how can I say, involving,
Talking
more
about
involving us in this kind of discussion.
Okay.
Would be more interesting than an argument that is out of our inner self.
So
if
okay.
I
So you
started talking about my life, it would have been forever.
Yes, and more something more personal. Yes.
We
Yes.
want to we want to get some therapy together.
Yeah. No. This it's too much, teacher. This, yeah.
Well,
Yes.
that's very good. I really did enjoy today's class, though, and I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Don't
Okay.
forget to visit my Facebook page if you would like to keep up with the classes I have planned.
Yeah.
Let me just see if I've got the link here for you. Got it somewhere. Here it is. So if you haven't already done so, you can like me on Facebook, and then you'll get updated with new classes material as I post it. And you can always give me a suggestion if you have a class theme you think would go over well. Always look forward to hearing from you all. So have a
Yes.
fantastic Sunday,
Okay. The
and
same to you,
we'll see you
teacher.
all next time.
Have a
Okay.
nice, have a
Goodbye.
nice weekend. Can I say also if we are in Sunday? Nice weekend. Bye.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.